Hello and welcome to Efficient Strategy Gaming. Today we're going to be playing Hearts of Iron 4 on regular Iron Man mode with historical AI, and we're going to be playing Credfield's OP France. So this was a build that my buddy Credfield gave me, and here's some screenshots that we're going to review just to give you a sense of what we need to accomplish in this build. First off, this is the infantry template that we will eventually be building into. This is going to be our main battle template. So pause the video here if you need to and check that out. All right, next screenshot here shows you that we're going to be using mass mobilization doctrine. This is how you set up your officer corps. So you will need to go guerrilla tactics at the upper right. You'll get that after you're done building your army doctrine. And then these are all the advisors that we're going to be using for this build. Okay, this shows us how to set up our front lines. So essentially up north on the border with Belgium, we're going to be using a field marshal front line so that we could stack 120 divisions. On the Maginot, we're going to be using the Colonial division with just one army of 24 divisions. On the Alpine line, use your general René Olry and use the main template that I showed you. And down south in Sardinia and North Africa, you're going to be using the divisions that we used in the Spanish Civil War. It looks like 4 divisions in Sardinia and 18 in North Africa, and you want to rush down North Africa as soon as possible so that you could do an Operation Husky and start working your way up the Italian boot. Finally, this is going to be our tank build, and I'll show you how to do this later, but it's a very cheap production cost tank. But you do want to note that the suppression of the tank is 2.5, so that's even better than horse. So if you build a very cheap tank, you can add this to your suppression template, and that will help you with all the occupied territories that you have. Okay, so let's go ahead and start up the build here. Okay, the first thing that we're going to do here is we're going to shift left click. That'll give you all the divisions that you have, and then we're going to be taking the Division Day Infantry. Let's take 5 of those. We'll put them into a separate army, and then we'll give them Juin. And that's the army that we're going to grind in the Spanish Civil War. Now, with the rest of the divisions that you have available to you, we're going to change those to the Brigade Colonial. We will exercise that army. Research will be pretty standard: electronic, mechanical, engineering, basic machine tools, and construction 1. And then we're going to build a lot of mills in all the high infrastructure areas. Set up your production as like so. Infantry equipment, put 25 on that, 5 on support equipment. You're going to put 5 on artillery, 2 on light tank, drag light tank to the top. And then just as a placeholder, we're going to go towed anti-air. So put 15 on anti-air, and we'll do that after we get the infantry equipment going. For our Navy, just go ahead and build out all the ships that are already in production. Make sure you tone those down to just 1. And then we're going to go ahead and just build convoys. Okay, allow me to show you how to set up the Navy. We're going to divide the sub-Navy into 3 task forces. The first one being sub-2s. The second one being sub-1s, 10 of them. And then the third one is going to be the rest of the sub-1s. And this just makes it so that the task force all has the same speed. Okay, what you're going to do with the task force with 10 level 1 subs is just go ahead and naval exercise them. Take the purple Navy and just collapse them. And then take the darker purple Navy, collapse them into the light purple Navy. And then the rest of the navies with ships, put them into the hot pink Navy. The hot pink Navy is going to be based in Var. And the purple Navy is going to be based in Tunisia in North Africa. The sub Navy is going to be based in Rhone. Okay, go ahead and build a Intel agency if you have the La Resistance DLC. And then we're going to need to put all these ships into the navies that we just created. Okay, the first focus that we're going to go for is going to be revive the national bloc. And go ahead and reference the description box below. I put the focus tree build and the political power build down there. And if you enjoy that sort of thing, please leave me a like. It helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Okay, before we unpause, we're going to start building Division Colonial. We'll build as many of these as we have equipment for and put them on low equipment priority. Also put the garrisons on high priority. Now let's take a look at the garrisons. We're going to change the garrison template to the cavalry. And then we're going to change the occupation law to local police force. And then take like the first 6 division like areas of occupied territory here and change them to Brigade des Chars de Combat. So this is going to put the light tanks into a resistance suppression role. Got 6 of them right there. So go ahead and take a look at that template. Let's turn off all the templates that we're not going to use. So never use this template unless it's a purely occupation template. It's pretty bad as a battle template, but it's great as a resistance suppression template. Okay, we have 600 light tanks in stockpile. So let's expand the light tank suppression template. Okay, form the department. Let's take all the planes. Just group them in the center. Take the biggest wing of tax and put them down by Spain. Okay, we've got formed the department. We'll pick up our first spy and just let them chill in France. And then we will decrypt Germany and issue a diplomatic protest. Our second focus tree badge is going to be utilize the leagues. All right, we have 3 army experience. So let's go ahead and change our tank production. So we're going to show outdated equipment, go down to the cheapest light tank, and take off the engine and armor, and that will be our occupation tank. You don't need to convert from stockpile because you just want to get those tanks into action as soon as possible. Yeah, after your divisions go out, just put them into the main army and have them exercise. After electronic mechanical engineering, just go radio. Okay, so this is a bit of RNG, but this is the good RNG that we got. Election, public demands rearmament. So you'll either get a pop-up with a communist event or the good event, which puts us from toasters to rearmament. The people have the right to feel safe. So we'll go ahead and pick that one up. And that changes our economic law to early mobilization and off civilian economy. So that gives us greater production. That's quite good. Okay, we'll go a level of passive defense with our spies. All right, utilize the leagues. Goes into the Council of Rambouillet. We picked up basic machine tools. Now let's go dispersed industry 1. For our first political power buy, we're going to go Army Maneuver Specialist, and that will help us to grind more Army XP. Okay, we picked up passive defense, so we're good on that. And let's change a few more of these to the tank division template. Okay, we've got construction 1. We'll go into construction 2. The Spanish Civil War is kicked off, but we're going to need to get a focus tree badge to participate in the war. And I'll show you how to do that in a little bit. All right, the Council of Rambouillet goes into revise the Constitution. All right, we have more than 10 Army XP, so let's go ahead and change this and take off the recon. All right, we picked up radio. Let's pick up improved machine tools next. All right, we've revived the Constitution, and let's get into the Spanish Civil War. Okay, intervention in Spain. Go ahead and take a pause, and you might need to pause the video because this is going to be really important. The next focus tree that we're going to do is begin rearmament. So that's 4 military factories, quite good. So make sure you're paused. Go ahead to events and decisions. And then the first thing we're going to do here is allow covert intervention, which has a negative 25% stability hit. Notice that we're at 49% stability. We will allow covert intervention. Do not unpause. I repeat, do not unpause. Go ahead and take Juin's army. Send air volunteers. Do not unpause. and then ban covert intervention. So we're down to 24% stability. We'll unpause. Take the planes down. Boom, the stability went back up to 49%. Okay, dispersed industry 1 into dispersed industry 2. Okay, our 5 divisions are down here, and we're going to have to look for areas that we could potentially get some encirclements. We could, like, try down here first. Let's check that out. It's easier to get the nationalist Spain divisions into encirclements than anything else. Okay, after begin rearmament, we're going to go to Laisses-faire, and Laisses-faire is quite powerful. 3 times 150% research bonus for industry. Spain requests aid. We cannot risk our own political stability to aid them. So pick the second choice. Okay, we picked up Laissez-faire. Now let's go economic devolution. Factory output 10%, quite good. And should be able to pick up the research with the bonuses now, so quite powerful. Yeah, we got the cipher for the German Reich. Now let's get the cipher for Italy. And actually, let's just go ahead and pick up Silent Workhorse right away. The earlier we pick him up, the more political power we're going to get anyways. And then we'll be able to send an attaché to Spain as soon as we gain 100 political power again, which shouldn't be that much time. Yes, we will seize the Spanish gold reserves. Okay, there's the China War, and it's going to take 100 political power for us to send the attaché, so we're just going to be waiting on that. Okay, they will not accept. Let's go ahead and improve relations for a minute here. Okay, as soon as you're at 20, China opinion of France is 20. As soon as you make it there, they will accept your attaché and you can stop improving relations. So the attaché is going to give us a lot of army experience that we can use for our doctrine. Okay, this is a no air build, but we can grind. We can get some doctrine here. We could even go for centralized control. This should help us out a little bit in Spain. Let's go ahead and pick up Professional Officer Corps Army Experience Gain 5%. Land Doctrine Cost -5. Okay, and we have 200 political power. So what we want to do with that first is go to port partial mobilization. Okay, we picked up construction 3. Now let's go ahead and pick up the first level of infantry equipment. Okay, advanced machine tools. Let's go ahead and prepare for railguns. Okay, let's go ahead and pick up that military theorist to reduce our land doctrine cost. Okay, we picked up methodical battle. Now let's go fortification focus. And so these focuses will give us fortifications along the extended Maginot line and the Alpine line. So France historically had fortifications everywhere on their borders. Okay, so now that we have enough political power, I think that I'm going to go for army offense. Just because we're on the attack right now. Oh, and it looks like they're extending down south. We might be able to go that way next. Let's see if we can't start training some of these divisions. Some of the better divisions. We could pick up the artillery designer here, Schneider. Army reform will get rid of victors of the Great War. And then we can get more doctrine. So I kind of messed up there, guys. I shouldn't have got any doctrine until we go down to army reform. So I'll be a bit behind on doctrine. Not the first time that that's happened before, though, boys. Okay, it looks like we have enough Navy experience. Let's go ahead and pick up night fighting. And then we could also go integrated designers. We'll go doctrine next. We have army reform. So we no longer have victors of the Great War. Now we have the green light to get doctrine. Wow, that is quite cheap compared to what it was. I could have been almost full doctrine by now. I could have been like one away, I think. Yeah, I could have been down here if I had waited. Potentially. Okay, and that was a wrap. We picked up Spain. We won the Spanish Civil War, so this gives us a potential ally that we'll be able to trade with. So that'll be powerful in and of itself. And we're just starting to set up for war. Let's try to figure out some logistical things here. Let's get a port in North Africa. And then if we could get some connected rail lines here, that would be nice as well. So we'll put them up at the top. Get those completed. So we protected the rights of man. Now we have the Blum Viollette proposal. Okay, so that's going to give us cores in North Africa. Okay, political violence is gone. We don't have to worry about that anymore. Let's get all these air wings out. Let's use up some of this command power here. Okay, the sub admiral is going to be Godefroy. Abrial for the aircraft carrier admiral in Darlan. And then let's just upgrade them with concealment and smokescreen experts. Okay, we picked up the better cannon. Let's get the anti-air upgrade. Okay, got engineer 2. Let's go ahead and pick up Logi Company 1. Okay, let's go ahead and pick up the commando as well as the army logistics guy. And also pick up technocrat. We have plenty of political power to work with here. And the next thing that we're going to do is just save political power. Okay, also going to need railgun. Human wave offense, recruitable population 5%, reinforce rate 15. So we're going to need that before war. And then this gives us the guerrilla tactics, guerrilla warfare. We could change our tactic to that. Okay, Italy joins the German Reich. Looking like we might get started with a WW2 here shortly. Expanded the citizenship. Let's encourage immigration. The infinite manpower button. And we'll also take the spies and let's put them out here in Germany. Start building up that spy network. Okay, the Swiss Confederation seeks trade agreements with France. The factories will fuel our war machine. Production efficiency cap 10%, growth 5%. Lack of resource penalty -5%. Wow, that's quite good. Okay, German Reich declares war on Poland. We will go ahead and back the Netherlands. Guarantee independence. Cost 50 political power. Let's take some of these forces and change the template to the infantry division template. Maybe we have a little bit of time here. Let's take the sub-navy and put them on convoy rating in the Mediterranean. And then let's put the other two navies on strike force for now. In the Med. Oh, call to arms, Netherlands. Okay, we'll accept that. Perfect. Got that just in time. And then human wave offense. Boom. And we can watch our manpower just pop. Oh, they've already smashed through the Maginot? Okay, I screwed this up somehow. Must have happened when I made the battle plan over here, the field marshal battle plan. Okay. See if we can push him back. And there it is. All right, baby, we did it. So you take... Do we take Berlin? I'm pretty sure Berlin probably fell and the whole thing crumbled. So we don't really need too much navy. Let's see here. We got 11k guns. That'll be good. 29 trains. And then a host of other things. Okay, so that's excellent. Now, what do we need for the EU? That is the question. So I want to make sure so that we don't mess this up. Let's go EU hoi for wiki. Okay, so we do not need Albania. We need France. We already have France. Italy. We need the whole thing, the whole shebang. We don't need anything else in North Africa. So let's go ahead and start this so that there will be a puppet, as you can see down here. Just try to take the most important states here. And actually, we don't have to worry about Denmark either. Wow, we snaked all the way over to here. Check out North Africa. We were the ones that took North Africa, so we should probably be able to take that quite easily. And we are. Now let's look for a navy or two. Okay. To take their screening ships. Okay, it only took like 4 times there, but we got it. And that should be it. Okay, so we got the mainstay of the states here. So now what we're going to have to do, okay, French, Italy. Okay, it is our puppet. Perfect. So they break off as our puppet. So in order to form the EU... we're only going to need to get the Italian states. So we will start Lend-Lease. So let's take a look here. You need 730 to change autonomy level to integrated puppet. So let's start Lend-Lease of convoys. What does 1,000 give us? That's too much. Okay, that's 700. Go up to 735. And then we'll just sit here and wait. Okay, the time has come. We are going to integrate French Italy into the French Empire here. Okay, we have 3 million manpower. Let's let like a day pass. Let's check out the factory count. 166 military factories, 123 civilian. And now we could go down and create OP France, the European Union. Controls all Italian states in Europe. Okay. What state do we not control? Oh, I need the parts. Okay. We need to take out Yugoslavia. Okay, so let's proclaim the Third Empire. Forget naval rearmament. We don't care about that anymore. Okay, so we're blocked because we need the Yugoslavian states, unfortunately. Okay, we got it. All right, and that should be it. So let's check it out now. We have 2.5 million manpower. Factories, 183 mills, 137 civs. No, we're no longer able to form the EU. Oh, no. I don't know how to get around that. Somehow Yugoslavia got the Italian states on the coast. So there actually is no way to form the EU. Okay, so we're going to end the build here. We did not form the EU because of parts of the coastline over here with Yugoslavia. I went to Yugoslavia after the war. It didn't look like I had an option to even claim those states. But since we went Napoleon VI, we were unable to form the EU at the point at which you go non-aligned. So unfortunately, couldn't form the EU, but this is, I would definitely call this OP France, the French Empire. We do have a powerful economy. We could easily do a world conquest after this. We're at war with Japan, so we could take them out first. Then we're also at war with China for some reason, so we could take them out. And the Soviet Union should attack us at some point as well. But we do have the factory count, 183 mills, 137 civs and counting. So that's going to be it for this playthrough. This is what the world looks like now. And thanks for joining me, guys. I'll see you on the next one.